Huh? Yeah, you would be good. Word. It's like you can understand heaven and hell. You can experience both, right? If hell is a material place, right? Heaven is a free place, right? So you have to have two selves, a physical and a spiritual self, in order to experience both. So that would entail your soul, your that light, to be your spiritual self, while your physical self is the man, the carbon. So saying that is like, I feel, because part is hell, the physical, the earthbound, the other half is like air. You can't feel it. You can feel the effects of it, but you can't feel it. So it's like, yeah, that makes sense to me why part of you would have to stay here, and the other part naturally has to return back where it came from. It just rises high. You know, it rises back up to the highest of heaven where it came from. So because the physical self was created here, the physical self has to remain here, which makes sense. Why aren't people then asking, what is my spiritual self? If you have a artificial spiritual self within you that you call a God, that is named some kind of name of Jesus or whatever the case may be, right? I wish this lady would stay on her own freaking lane. This dude. You just told. I don't trust people driving. Like, people cannot drive. You know, that led me back to what I was saying about
I was waiting on it.
about the intelligence and why work is created first per physical being, right? And it's because of the light. And you need light to create, right? You need light to create. And so dark is the absorption, black is the absorption of all light. That means it's the mixture of all colors. So that being that is the rendition of that darkness is going to be labeled as black people. Because per physical creation of humanity, yes, you are a hue being because you express color, you express light. So, you know, because of that, that would entail some kind of intelligence, some kind of higher knowledge coded within the color itself, or the substance that makes the color itself. I believe they call that melodicites. Melodicites, which makes the substance of melanin.
Right. So what is it like? All right. So going back to that, what do you mean? Melodicites.
Melodicites.
Never thought about where melody came from. What created it.
Right. It's just like uh, I guess certain organs are intelligence. They have certain intelligence and things like that, and I would guess that melanocytes will be that substance in that pigment that gives it that intelligence to absorb. You know, that's a kind of intelligence that comes with that particular substance. So if your body lacks that substance, then your body lacks that intelligence. It is what it is.
I feel like that's simply why, like, you can see a young person, right? I don't know, like, the shit you be talking about, spiritual shit, like, I don't see this shit all my life happening, but I didn't have a explanation of it. But it's just like, alright, you can have somebody who can see a potato and shit. That's like, it's an intelligence you have. I believe in full knowledge of you've been a thousand years old.
Other lives.
Like, that's your fucking gift. That's
Right.
what you're doing. Each body that you come back in, spirit touches back on earth. That shit, it still does that same thing.
Right.
That's why I feel like we all thousands of years old, because that simple, having that what's that word I'm looking for? It's a
That intelligence, that knowledge, that certain thing,
nostalgia, whatever it is. Nostalgia. Feeling of doing that shit, the way you love that shit.
Yeah.
The way you love your fucking passion, bro. Like,
Right.
The fact that's your passion, like, you feel that shit deep within you. Like, when you feel that shit, you get chills, bro.
Right. Sits in pregnancy. Like, I don't know what you call those people, right? But she can look at you and tell you if you're pregnant or not. Like, she could touch you and tell probably even what the sex is. But that was her gift. Something she naturally came here with.
All of us have some type of fucking gift.
All of us have a gift. Like, that's why I said, if how can you not have a gift and you've never explored yourself? You never lived your heart's content. I mean, like,
your gift has no discriminate.
right.
It doesn't discriminate because of you could be fuck your emotions, fuck who you are on this fucking Your gift don't fucking discriminate. That's why we also have to love people for who they are, because that gift don't fucking discriminate. You know what I'm saying? You know what the fuck you do, you know what the fuck you do.
Exactly.
You know your shit.
Like, a lot of dudes naturally can do hair, right? Now, because people psychologically think that it's a female's talent, that he must be gay, right? Why the dude just don't know how to do hair real good? You don't know what kind of life he lived before this life. You don't know how many lives he had to live as a female. You have no idea if he learned that as a male, or if that was you really don't know.
Like, bro, like, the way your fingers work, you know what I'm saying? It's just the way that you can
the way you
the fuck out of something.
Yes.
Like earlier, how I was talking about with the sword and shit. Like, I didn't want to do it because of who I am earthly. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They contradict each other, so it's like, I don't want to do that because of so and so. But you gotta let that shit go. Like,
it's a phobia.
Yeah.
It's at the end of the day, it's a phobia, because it's like this. People shy away from what they fear. Other than that, the average person is a thrill seeker. Be enthusiastic. You want to be driven. You want to do something spontaneous. You know what I'm saying? You want to just do something wild and crazy just for once. Just to see if that's something you might like. You know? And it's like, I wouldn't do that. I ain't no drinker. So but What? I'm thirsty for real. But that's what I'm saying. It's like at the end of the day, you should live out your heart.
Right.
Because if you're gonna fear doing what you love, or if you're gonna fear being yourself, then you're gonna live your whole life not knowing who you are. That's weird. That's real crazy. To me, it's like I'd rather live my life all day.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you gotta go past that shit. Like, once we get past that level, that is a main fucking level to get past, because that's something that the media uses to keep us distracted. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, but this is the thing. At the end of the day, this is like rather deal with reality. You walk in truth, no matter how hard truth may hit you. Like, all right, you deal with it, and then you move the fuck on, right? Now, this is my thing. So that teaches you how to become a survivor. You know what I'm saying? You're learning how to think your way through things. You're learning. What does that say?
They got this shit. Like, remember I told you I've been to Colombia like 3 times this month, right? Like, coming from Charleston. Like, those songs I've been fucking. I'm like, man, bro, get the fuck on. Like, they got that shit. Like, you don't see that shit all around Charleston. Though. You don't see no Jesus house.
Jesus
shit, like,
wants you back.
yeah, you don't see it. Like, that's like the third. Like, it said Jesus died for your sins. Then the next song it was like Jesus loves you. Like, then it was like ask for forgiveness. Like, bruh, why is that on the ride, bruh? Like, but think about it though. Think about that shit, right? Somebody had to pay to put that shit on that motherfucker though. That's what they feed it to us. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what they feed it. Like, this is what you.
Oh, daddy. Oh, that lady been booking up, boy. God. Yo, her ass was almost as wide as the trunk. God dang. I don't care, yo. Golly. That lady. She had that pow, pow, pow. Yo, she. How you gonna book up, dig it in your damn truck like that on the interstate, nigga? I know a couple of cars go, ah! Yeah, you need help?
I did when I passed it.
You need help? Believe me, I've had that happen many. I've had that happen many.
You was on the road too?
Hell yeah. Yeah, like if I'm out of the car, or even if I'm in the car, like somebody always like pull over and, you know, help me out and stuff. I think that's pretty cool.
I was gonna say that shit earlier when we was talking about because like when you said that, I automatically thought about days I had to sit side the road on fucking roads and I know nobody coming down, like, bro, why I hope somebody come down this bitch today? And then like, all of a sudden, like, but that was like how you were saying, like, anytime you needed help, a physical form came to you.
A physical form,
like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's never, but that's something that you manifested, like, damn, why hope somebody come down this bitch and help?
And then somebody end up coming.
Then either you have faith that somebody who got a good heart as you, like, when I'm going to see you, like, nah, that's one of my brothers right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got you.
Okay, so now think about it this way. So, you know how I like to always think on the different vibrations, a more spiritual vibration of how the heart might work, right?
Some connections.
You're right. And so we're going to talking about the heartbeat, the rhythm, right? And yeah, and you already know where I'm going.
Because I was adding on to what you was saying.
Right, Right.
That connection in nature.
The physical body, like,
you know what I'm saying? Your heart, like, you know how the boy got Morse code.
and that's what it is. That's what it is. And see, that's where you get the physical man from, because his body's in tune. But that's like, it happens like that with me. What's crazy is that it's like, I only go the way my body vibes. So even if it's family, if somebody invite me to something, right, I'll think about it first. I have to see how I feel about it. Literally, my body has to vibe with that person I'm about to connect with.
I'm playing out because of that. So you're playing out every situation that could possibly happen.
Right.
Yeah. You on Facebook Live?
No, this is YouTube. Yeah, this is
it was just telling you to rotate that bit. It was just telling you to turn.
I have to do it this way, so I have to look at me.
X.
You can. I hope that it. I guess.
That's cool. Basically, that's your thing.
Alright, but yeah, like seriously though, it's like when you think about stuff, when you think about vibes, you think about how some people, like, you have these kids who are just naturally on beat with the music. They body just naturally is in tune. And you don't have to teach them how to dance. All they have to do is just watch you, right? Now they're watching your movement, but they're not doing it to the music. They're just paying attention to how you're moving. They feel the movement. They know what their body want to do, how it want to, you know. So it's like every time it wants to pounce, right? That part that wants to pounce is like, that's what moves to the vibe, you know.
I don't care who holding me, how you holding me, nigga.
Right. It's like, yeah, it's like a pulse, like somebody's just electrically charging you.
Right.
So it's like, I see why it makes sense that when you think about water and you see how it moves to the vibration of beats, most of us, you know, most of your body is water. Right? So it's like, yeah. So while you're listening to music or while you're vibing to certain things, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you should be with that vibe. You should be in tune with that beat. So that should tell you that's your black essence. Right. That's your black essence. You know that comes with melanin. That's your melanocytes.
And you know what else fucks with that? That leads back to the entertainment shit also, right?
Right.
I forgot what I was watching this day, but it was producer, I think, was talking about the way, like, how the boy could play with the influence in that shit to make your emotions.
Right.
Like, I think like 60 MPHs was the shit, like, that's the happiness. At that level right there, you vibing and fucking happiness, you know what I'm saying? So think about like the different songs and shit they put, like the way the beats look,
like the megahertz that they use, that they was talking about, the megahertz. And I think it was like Michael Jackson that used I think We Are the World. And I think that one was a 432 or something like that.
I gotta look at 325. I would have shit numbers off my head because I remember.
Yeah, right. I'm not good at numbers. I'm not good at numbers. But it's like, what it is. Right. And of course you see that with melanated beats. even those on the lighter complexion of Caucasians, the lighter complexions of the Caucasians, the only difference would be is that the ones that come from that descent, when you go out in the sun, you naturally tan because your body has that ability to tan. Your body has that intelligence to protect itself from the sun ray. So yeah, that's a natural intelligence encoded in who you are, in your existence. You know, I think that's the thing that makes DNA. I think it's that kind of intelligence that makes DNA. Because at the that's a physical thing, a physical substance. Yeah. Yeah. There's intelligence that drives that blood, that physical thing. There's an electric force behind that thing that gives it life.
Dang, I've been mad for your house when they won't have dollars for me. I remember coming this way now.
Oh, okay.
My bad. I thought this was fucking ended. That day I was doing that.
Really?
I ain't never had. I don't think I've been. Fuck, I got them. Dang. I told her now.
Gotcha.
She said my dumb ass fucking around. I forgot where the fuck we was at, but like I'm so used to driving in Charleston, right? Instead of me getting on the shit that go to Charleston, I got the shit that go to Columbia.
Oh wow!
The whole fucking
came all the way to Orange. Damn.
Fucking up, bro. And they're trying to be funny, right? Because the mom was like, "You gonna get out so and so exit?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Nah, I'm gonna fuck with it. I'm gonna pass by that way and get fucked up and end up going the wrong way." Like you know when you get to the 26 connectors? Yeah. Bullshit. Get on the fucking Columbia instead of going to Hollywood, I end up going to fucking
You dead wrong for that.
Yeah, bro.
No, you wrong for that.
Well, yeah, I be happy.
Probably had her late for her appointment too.
No, this was one night we was out. We had where the fuck we went? We went to
just playing around.
Yeah, I was in the asshole.
Yeah, I swear I love those elephants. That big Good thing they can't see your ass. Good thing they can't see your ass. Like, God damn.
They can see me when them fuckers ain't gonna see me either.
I told you they was together.
Oh, his cousin?
Yeah. Too done. But anyway, yeah. It is what it is, man. Like, it's everything.
You got full coverage?
It's beautiful even when it hurts. That's facts.
It's beauty in the struggle.
It's beauty in the fucking struggle.
Oh, you gotta play that shit.
For real. Oh man.
Love
like that has to be a true intelligence. You know what I'm saying? Like that you can be happy even in the struggles, even in the hardest of times, even in the, you know what I'm saying, that you can still smile. You know how many people off they self because they don't know how to achieve happiness. They don't know how to be content with self.
You are not your circumstances. You are still a spirit. Your shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like that's a lesson. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to happen. Like
I done been there so many times, bro. Like this ready to fucking go.
Like, alright, it's whatever. At this point, for real, like it's whatever.
Well, fuck this whole earth shit y'all got going on. But like not even on that level yet because I just now started getting into that shit. But like now I think about it, like when I was in that shit, man, I'm like, man, bro, y'all, because like you be depressed because of other people's logic and shit. You don't even be in your own sadness, but it's like the shit going on around you is really what you trying to escape. Like I learned that shit from Ayana. Like you don't really want to end your life. You want to end that pain.
Okay, right. And that's the truth. Like that makes so much sense because you love life. You know what I'm saying? Because when it's good, it's good. You know, and when it's bad, it's bad. So it's like shit gonna happen, but it's also how you look at it. You know what I'm saying? If we already know we live to die, right? That don't just go for me. That go for you. That go for everybody that we know, right? That's the hardest thing to have to get over in life is death, right? And I think it's only really hard like that because we missed the lesson in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think we think deep enough on that level to understand what's really happening, right? So if we saw life like how life is, forever transforming.
You know what's crazy though? I'm what slick. You know why I say that? You know how I know our souls transfer? Because you know, like not even death can wipe out student loans. You done got that knowledge, bitch. You ain't leaving here with that shit.
Oh wait, even after you dead, that junk is still on that junk, right?
That's why your kids gotta even pay for your fucking student loans, but
so this gets me to think even deeper on this level. Now, education is everything, right?
Knowledge is power.
Not the education that they give us, but the education that we seek within ourselves, right?
Right.
So being self-taught is the key